So I had an opportunity, the first ever for me, to go see a secret movie series, which was fun. I never did anything like that before. And that's where you go in blind, essentially, to see the movie, where you have no idea the movie you're seeing, what the genre is, the rating, nothing. I know nothing. I'm paying a lower price to go in and be surprised. So I was surprised. I had no idea what I was going to be watching, and I was excited. There was an element of just suspense, not knowing what it was going to be. And then I saw the words "my old ass" come across the screen, and I was just like, what am I seeing? I like rethinking everything. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever heard of this movie. Now, sometimes you get what you need and not what you want, right? And that's exactly what this movie was for me, the viewer. I truly enjoyed it, and I'm so appreciative that I had the opportunity to see it before the release date. So because it was a secret movie series, I still didn't know really what the movie was about just based on the title itself. I did recall that this movie had gone to Sundance, but that was really everything that I remembered in the moment while watching the beginning part of the film. You are immediately sucked in to the characters. There's a main character and her two besties, essentially, I would say. The main character is played by Maisie Stella, and her name is Elliot. And she sucks you in right away. You find out that it is her birthday. She is coming of age, 18 years old, and she wants to party, have some fun. Can't wait to be kind of getting out of Dodge. Can't wait to be done for the summer. The setting is at a beautiful lake. It's gorgeous. Just really seems peaceful. It's a hometown feel. And we find out very quickly, too, that her family is cranberry farmers and that they've been doing that for generations. But she's ready to move on, and it's setting the stage for that. Like, it's the end of summer, kind of when we're meeting her and her two friends, and they're gonna go have a night of fun, pleasure, and some drug use. So psychedelic use is what they are going to be doing in the woods. Now, at this point, I'm sitting there watching and going, oh, okay, I think I have an idea what this is. But then when I'm seeing the woods, I'm like, is this a horror movie? I'm like, maybe this is a horror movie because it goes so quickly, evolved so quickly. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I'm going to watch everybody get murdered, death killed out here. I don't know. But then enter Aubreyplaza to the scene, and she plays Elliot's older self. So we have two characters that are one. It's a duality here. It was neat. It was definitely something neat to see. So she is playing Elliot's 39-year-old self, and they meet up on this trip because Elliot does not handle drugs very well. That is kind of the underlying theme there as to why this is occurring. Now, after some banter back and forth, this is when the humor really sets into the film. Like, yes, there were some chuckles before, but this is a coming-of-age comedy. Plain to see in that moment when they meet and when they have dialogue together. It was just fun, so many laughs, and I really enjoyed how the two corresponded on the screen together. It was delightful to see. So my old ass asked the question, what would you ask your older self if you had the opportunity? And it does it in a fun, delightful way, one of which there is this internal struggle of not wanting to reveal too much, but still wanting to protect in almost like a motherly way the younger version of you, wanting to help guide but not set limitations on your future as well, and also not trying to be a complete buzzkill, right? Because there is such a sparkle in the eye of Elliot as she's young and excited and ready to leave her home and embark on the unknown, and is so ready for the adventure that life has to offer. And then when she sees her 39-year-old self, it's kind of daunting, and she's a little bit in disbelief initially and internally conflicted of whether or not I should adhere to what advice I'm being given. So it's fun. It moves quickly, and the banter back and forth is extremely fun to watch. So it's very enjoyable. This movie really gave me a feel of a bunch of different movies combined into one, but still was something fresh, something new, something I've never really seen before done on the screen. And it was delightful. This really allowed the characters to be overly dramatic, to be overly portraying their character, to really, I think there was a lot of freedom with the characters, to be honest, because it feels that way. And that is very relatable and brings them forth even more. So I like that. This was directed by Megan Park. So it really reminded me of so many different movies. It was like a mixture of, I think because of the setting and how beautiful it was at a lake as well. It had that like Dirty Dancing feel mixed in with like Freaky Friday, because it's just like thinking that it can't be real and what that type of just shock and awe. And then as well as like Mallrats, because it's this coming of age story and you really do get sucked in by these characters. Like you cannot look away. I couldn't look away. So this movie is shocking. It is funny. It brings the laughs. It brings the banter. It brings the feels. It pulls at your heartstrings, especially I think it is because I'm now in my mid 40s and I can experience it from the other side, but still remember what it was like to be the teenager venturing out, ready to face the unknown. And I see it from both sides of that coin. It was enjoyable. It pulled at my heartstrings and it made me really feel for the characters, as well as me, the audience goer, the viewer, was reflecting on my own life. I was reflecting on everything that I've been through. And then I even put myself in the situation of what would I say to my younger self if I had the opportunity. And to be honest, I just want to go give myself a hug. And you see that in this movie too. And it's heartwarming. It really is. It's heartwarming. The takeaway from this movie is to make sure that you are appreciating every moment. Appreciate the moments. And it does it in a way that's not really like in your face or trying to nah. It's just saying appreciate what you have when you have it, because you never know when things are going to change. And the only constant we have in life is change. So you know things are going to change. And yes, run to change. Yes, embrace change. But lean into what you have in the moment as well and enjoy it and appreciate it, because time is fleeting. So there's the message from the 39-year-old self of appreciate everything, appreciate the small things, appreciate the little things. And then the message from the 18-year-old of life is worth living. So go grab it, right? Go get after it. Chase it down. Run. The movie's release date in Canada is going to be on September 13th. So I definitely do recommend seeing this movie if it's something that you are resonating with. This is a very coming of age movie. It's going to hit differently with all different types of people depending on age, culture, background, sexual orientation, all of the above. Everyone is going to have their own individual experience viewing this film. That being said, I do think that there's something that everyone can take away from it. It pulls you into these characters. You care very much so about the main character and what she's going through and wanting to see her succeed, and it's fun. It does it in a fun, humorous way. I almost feel like this is definitely one that people will be remembering for a long time. It has that magic. All of the characters are likable. All of the characters have value, and it's fun and edgy and just a joy to watch. There is a love interest that we get introduced to for Elliot as well. The farmhand that comes in for the summer, played by Percy White, and his character is Chad in the film. And he does a great job of being quirky, but not too over the top, and just kind of being someone that is super likable in the film as well, but just very quirky. It was fun to watch the character development unfold in that respect. Now, one negative that I have to say though is I wish that it had more time to develop. We're seeing just a real quick week of these characters before she's going to be leaving to go to school. And it's all unfolding and happening in like a week to 2 weeks time frame, where when I think of summer, we could have the whole summer to have kind of really done a deeper dive into building some of the relationships, building some of the character development up. And I don't know, it felt rushed. But it doesn't take away anything. I just kind of wish that there was more meat and potatoes in that respect. All the characters did a wonderful job, and they're memorable. All of them are memorable, and they have purpose in the story. I don't think anyone's really just shoved in. Everyone that we meet is memorable in their own way, fun in their own way, and funny in their own way, and they bring value to the movie. As far as performances, Maisie Stella did a phenomenal job. I believe I've seen her before in Nashville when she was younger, and I stopped watching Nashville years ago, so I don't ever think I saw her other than when she was a much younger child. But this performance is outstanding. I really, truly enjoyed her. She's just unapologetically her in this film, the character Elliot, and I loved it. I loved everything about it, and I truly enjoyed her character, and it's because of her portrayal of this character. Very believable, very fun, very edgy, very vulnerable, all at the same time, very trying to figure out life. And it's fun to watch. You can see the thought processes unfold and the internal struggle, the internal dilemma. And she's really trying. She's trying to be more involved and to show up more in the present, in the here and now, and to enjoy the time that she has before leaving. And you can see that she truly does care. She's a character that is wanting to be better. Aubreyplaza plays the older 39-year-old version of the character Elliot, and she is, I wanted to say a breath of fresh air, but it's more, the humor is a breath of fresh air, and she's very sarcastic, she's very undertone. It just like, she packs a punch, but in a way that is light and carefree, but also there's a lot of baggage there. You can feel it. There's a lot of baggage there, and she doesn't want to give away too much because she's wanting to really make sure that she doesn't change anything in the dynamics of her future. She's not wanting to mess anything up moving forward, and she's not wanting to be a dream crusher for her younger self. All in all, this movie just works. I enjoyed it. I would definitely watch it if it's something that resonates with you, where you're hearing this and going, yeah, I would like to see that. I definitely think it's something for everyone in the movie. That being said, age appropriate, it is R, so I would recommend sticking to the age appropriateness there, okay, for language and certain grown-up circumstances that we do see throughout the film. So is this one to see in the theaters? I'm glad that I saw it. I don't know that I would recommend specifically going to see it in the theater unless it's something that you really want to see in the theater. I would have been just as happy watching this on my couch at home in the comfort of my own home versus the theater. And I actually probably would have preferred it just based on the movie itself. It feels more cozy. It feels more by a fireplace than in a movie theater that you're wanting to be like entertained, in your face, loud, and kind of obnoxious. It is loud and obnoxious, but in a different way, in an intimate setting, and kind of wanting to be just at home, you know, cozy, nestled up by the fire, cozy, watching this movie, some hot cocoa. It has that type of feel. So are you ready for your bad apple review? This apple is all about the nostalgic feeling of going to a farm, picking the perfect apple, reaching up high, like it's up there, you see it, but you can't reach it. So you're going to get something to stand on, or you're going to try to climb on a branch, and you're going to reach and you're going to reach, and it's just there, and you got a hold of it. And then all of a sudden, either the branch breaks, or the box or the stool that you're standing on kicks from underneath you, and you fall down, and then you end up with the mushy apples. That's kind of the feel I get here. It's all about this nostalgic, you're excited, you're happy, you're motivated, you're gonna get there, you're gonna do it. You fall down, you're surrounded by the mushy apples, but does that keep you down? No, it doesn't. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you either try again for the one that was shining bright up there, right? The perfect red juicy apple, or there might be one a little bit closer that you grab that's just out of reach, but you can get it. It's kind of individual. It's kind of individual, and I'm going to leave you with that. It is the apple that you decide to go for. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think about this movie. I'm really intrigued to see. I think this could be one that we remember for a long time. I think it could really hit home with a lot of people, and I think the performances are spot on. So I am excited to hear what you have to say. See you soon, everyone. My old ass. And I thought the universe was secretly trying to tell me something. This movie was so funny. It was so funny.